Hi, I'm Joe Harrington, your town moderator, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to review for you the basic facts about our Westborough town meetings. A longer video, Town Meeting 101, takes a more conversational approach and delves into more detail. Here, we'll just touch on the basics. As your elected moderator, it's my job to preside at these meetings. I also see it as my job to assist you in learning more about how town meeting works. So I'm going to at least touch upon all the basics. I'll tell you how you can participate, and I'll urge you to do so. Over the centuries since the English first came here to settle, the town meeting has evolved into nothing less than the legislative branch of our local government. It may not look like a legislature at first glance, but it has all the classical functions of a legislature. We make, amend, and repeal local bylaws. We appropriate funds on behalf of the town. And we act as a check on executive power. In that connection, it's worth noting that town meeting votes typically authorize various actions to take place, while the selectmen, the school committee, or others from the executive branch actually take these actions. So why should you, a registered voter, attend town meeting? We don't debate national trends or grand issues. We do tackle a wide range of local government decisions. Are any of the following important to you? We deal with such matters as your children's schools, the condition of your drinking water, and the upkeep of your roads. What we do affects your fire, police, and ambulance protection and the town's character as it develops. Our main revenue source is the property tax levy, so the choices made at town meeting directly affect your pocketbook. Now, Westborough has an open town meeting, so any registered voter may attend and speak. Each voter present gets one vote, and the majority rules. The rest of the country has followed the model established by the framers of the U.S. Constitution, who displayed a clear preference for representative democracy over popular voting. Some 250 Massachusetts towns, however, continue the practice of pure democracy handed down to us from preceding generations. We place our trust in the collective wisdom of the voters willing to turn out for posted meetings to do the town's business. It takes work to make it work, but for nearly 3 centuries, Westborough has made it work. Now, our town meetings are held at the Westborough High School at 90 West Main Street. The annual meeting begins on a Saturday afternoon in March and continues during evenings the following week, as long as necessary. A fall town meeting is ordinarily called for the evening of the third Monday in October. Other special meetings may be called from time to time during the year, but these are comparatively rare. All meetings are posted at the town hall and the library. They are noticed on our local TV and the town website, and they're well covered in the daily and weekly print media that serve our area, as well as the electronic media. There's only one criterion for participating in the meeting. You must be a registered voter in Westborough. If you are not on the voting list, pay a visit to the town clerk in the town hall at 34 West Main Street. Be sure you do this well in advance of your first meeting, or at the latest by the registration deadline announced by the clerk for that particular meeting. Once registered, you are set for all town meetings and all elections, local, state, and federal, and you need not re-register. So what are the ground rules? The meeting operates first under the Massachusetts general laws, and then in accordance with our Home Rule Charter and our bylaws. In situations not covered by these authorities, guidance has been provided for years by a little book called Town Meeting Time, the Handbook of Parliamentary Procedure published by the Massachusetts Moderators Association. It's available in our public library. Robert's Rules of Order is not used, although many of the rules we use are similar or identical to those found in Robert's. There's a frequently asked questions part of the town meeting section of the town website that provides a handy summary of many of the key rules. A summary is also to be found among the handouts at each town meeting. While these are really only summaries and don't have the force of law, they do have the advantage of pulling together most of the important rules in one place, saving you from having to look through all the various sources. Your first order of business upon arriving at the high school is to obtain a colored voting slip from the checkers outside the auditorium. Looks like this, for purposes of identification during votes. After that, Look around the lobby for literature from various sources related to the subjects to be discussed at the meetings, or related to town activities in general. You may also encounter various local organizations who are present in order to disseminate information and generate support. The agenda for a town meeting is called the warrant. It is issued by the selectmen and posted in advance. The articles in the warrant comprise a list of all the business to be considered by the town meeting, and no binding action may be taken on matters not described there. That keeps us focused. Just on the specific areas where the community has been warned, we may take action. The articles in the warrant, along with a specific recommendation on each by the Advisory Finance Committee, are available at the meeting. Preparation of these recommendations is the main job of this committee. You will see them seated at the front of the hall at the table to the voters' right. The selectmen, the town manager, and the town council are seated at the front as well, to the voters' left. Each article in the warrant that requires funding includes wording indicating the possibilities for raising the funds. These include borrowing, taxation, or transfer from some existing fund. The articles are usually, but not always, taken up in the order in which they appear in the warrant. While articles may be general in their wording, motions are always specific. For example, a specific source of funds is selected. Note that the town meeting acts on motions, not articles. A motion may be identical to the article under which it is made, often is, or it may differ, either from the outset or through amendment. However, it may not go beyond the scope of the article. All speakers are recognized by the moderator. Each speaker begins by giving his or her name and street address for identification. After introductory statements, a maximum of 3 minutes per speech is a good guideline. It is our long-standing tradition not to applaud, heckle, or interrupt at any time when debate is in progress, out of courtesy and mutual respect for one another and our differing opinions. Votes may be counted by the tellers if the moderator is not sure of the outcome, and must be counted if the announced outcome is immediately questioned. Many decisions require simple majority votes, but sometimes more than a majority is required. For example, a motion to terminate debate to end the discussion requires a 2/3 vote. In addition, state law requires that certain actions require a 2/3 vote. Borrowing is a good example. Approving a zoning bylaw is another. Although it has been uncommon in recent years, under carefully specified circumstances, a vote taken at a town meeting can be reconsidered later by the same meeting. See the Frequently Asked Questions document on the town meeting portion of the town website, or the handouts at any town meeting, for the details of the process which can bring a town meeting back to deal with an issue a second time, possibly with a different outcome. Well, that was a very short course in how a Westborough town meeting works. I hope it's been helpful, and I hope to see you at a future town meeting.